Hi everybody, this is Jeff Bugonian with Pacific Voiceover and making my very first recording here in what I hope will be a long line of VO tips that you can find here on my YouTube channel. And I want to thank you for visiting. Make sure you subscribe below, put in some comments, share this with everybody because we really want to help each other. That's one thing I love about the VO community is that everybody is willing to help one another. Sure, there may be a lot of people doing it, but rarely do you see any mean people that want to undercut others. So it's good that we can all be here and help each other out. Well, today I wanted to talk about how to warm up your voice because your voice does need to be smooth, ready to go whenever you start reading your copy, your script, whatever it is you're doing for voiceover. And we're going to have 4 points here to talk about. So first of all, probably your biggest tool to make sure that you are warmed up is right here. Just a glass of water. Make sure that you really hydrate yourself. What that does is it keeps your mouth moist, because when it starts to get tacky and sticky, that's when you start to have those poppy noises, the mouth noises that you do not want. So water helps to take care of that. Room temperature water, not too hot, not steaming herbal tea, because those things can have an adverse effect on your throat as well. But what the water does is it gets your mouth moistened, it gets the muscles controlling your throat, your diaphragm, it gets them perfused, which means the blood is pumping into them, they're getting oxygenated, and everything is just rolling smoothly. So make sure you drink water. And start drinking water 15 to 30 minutes before you start speaking. You can't take a sip and then instantly everything's good. You need to give that time to get through your system. So hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Point number 2 is breathing. You might want to do just a few short breathing exercises. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Try to breathe in from your bottom up, the diaphragm up. And the way you do that is as you breathe in through your nose, just force your stomach out. And then when your stomach is out, then move up your shoulders, your rib cage, and that will force the air to come up from the bottom of your lungs to the top, like, and then exhale through your mouth. And do that a few times, and that will get your lung capacity increased. So if you have a long sentence, a long paragraph, and you want to get through it without having your voice wane because you're talking too much and you ran out of air, you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you have enough capacity to get in there and not have to gasp for breath and go in later in post-production and take that out. So hydration, breathing. The second thing you can do is hum. And you can do this in conjunction with your breathing exercises too. Some people will say take in your deep breath and then hum it out. And do that until you run out of air and repeat that a few times. Or the other thing that I like to do is just take a song that you know has a lot of low notes, a lot of high notes, and hum that. And that'll get your throat warmed up. For example, I'll do this. So you see how that song went from low notes up to high notes. You may want to go through a few stanzas of that song in order to get your voice warmed up from low to high, and that will help. And the fourth thing is what I call mouth mechanics, and that's getting everything working together. Your lung capacity, your pharynx, your larynx, your teeth, your tongue, your mouth, so that you can pronounce the words properly without too much stuttering, too much mumbling. And find some words that you can work at that maybe you have problems with, or words that put odd sounds together, or words that are commonly mispronounced. Here's a good one. Similarly. 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 A lot of people will say similarly or simile, but it's similarly. And that's one to pronounce. It's just helpful to go through and use that one 5, 6 times, and don't be afraid to over enunciate, which means to pronounce to the extreme. Similarly, similarly, because you're just practicing. You wouldn't want to talk like that while you're recording because that sounds fake. but similarly, rarely, conscientiousness, conscientiousness. Words like that that can be easily stumbled upon. Work those out. If you know some good medical terms, transesophageal echocardiogram, transesophageal echocardiogram. Words like that that can help you get your mouth mechanics right. Get your tongue, your teeth, your throat, everything working to pronounce these words properly. And you can say some tongue twisters. You know, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. She sells seashells by the seashore. Say some of those over and over again, those tongue twisters. And those get your mouth working right, get your mouth mechanics going so that you can do a nice, clean read. So review the 4 things: hydrate, breathing, humming, and mouth mechanics. So work on those, and hopefully your voice will be all warmed up, ready for a day of recording. Thanks again for joining my YouTube channel. This is Jeff at Pacific Voiceover, and hope to hear from you again, and hope for you to watch me again soon.